Alright, this is an important lesson, and it is on signal flow, and that is when we start with, say, a microphone or a guitar. So this could be a microphone or a guitar, and we'll just put a little guitar up here just for the heck of it. This is a microphone, guitar, instrument. Any of these instruments or vocals take a flow of signal. Now you sing into the mic or you play the guitar, and it goes out and into, let's say, first it's going to go into a stage box, or this would be a snake. Now this snake is attached to, is going to continue on through the floor and the ceiling, whatever. It's going to continue on, and it's going to end up going into a mixing board. Now this mixing board could have 4 channels, it could have 16, it could have 64. But this is going to go into one channel of that mixing board. That is one channel. I'm going to blow this channel up real quick, and the channel has a fader, and it has an EQ, it has some buttons, but most importantly, the top button on the channel fader, usually it's along the top here, is the gain. And this is sort of like the most important thing. We're going to be talking about how to set gain later. But this is basically a blown up version of one channel. There could be, like I said, 4, 16, 64, and then this is where you get your gain. Okay, this is your volume here. It's a basic fader. But out of this fader, our signal will go on to an amp, usually an amp, and this is a rack of amps, usually in the back of the stage or whatever. So this might go back to the back of the stage, and you have to amp the volume. The amp will go straight from the amp out to, like, up into the ceiling or wherever your main speakers are. This would be your main set of speakers right here. And let's say this is your main speaker, and that would be basically from the amp you would get a line to your main speakers. So we're starting from our voice. We're going into a multi-channel snake, which takes all of the instruments across the floor, through the ceiling, into our mixer. And once we're at our mixer, we set our gain, turn our volume up or down. That goes into an amp, and the amp will go out to a speaker. And usually these go out to, say, 2 speakers, or more. But this would be a signal flow for your main house. I'm going to call this the house, and this is what the people hear. Okay, this is what the people hear, and that is your house mix. We're going to talk just a little bit further about how we get to a monitor mix as well. Now there are going to be, so let's say, some monitors up here on stage, and they kind of look like this. You know, the monitors, you know, are the wedge type monitors usually on the stage. These monitors, same thing. Off of this mixer, there comes an out that goes up to another amp. This is an amp. This gives you the power, and that amp takes back into the monitors. So now you have basically another mix going to your monitors. So this would be your monitors. This is the basics of signal flow. So I'm going to switch over here to, let's say, a little bright blue, and I'm going to show you the flow one time here. It's from your voice into the snake, and that's where we get from the snake. We're going straight into the mixer. After we do our mixing, our gain up, our volume, we go from that signal, the main signal goes out of this mixer into the amp. The signal is gained up to go into the speakers, and that is your house. There's a separate volume for your monitors that go into the monitor amp, and the same thing happens and goes into your monitors. Now, this is the basics of signal flow, and it's really important that you understand this signal flow and you're able to trace it from, let's say, your stage all the way to the top house that's up here. Alright, good luck.